You are listening to the Douchebag Show.
Welcome to the Douchebag Show. Hashtag DBS.
I needed that one, man.
You cracking up over there. You are. You gotta tell them why you was laughing.
Y'all,
tell the audience why you was laughing.
I don't know who this person is. Was somebody called Jeezy on the ones and twos. And their contact came up as not worth it anymore. Yo, that is the funniest shit I've ever heard, man. Not even worth it.
It's just like a constant reminder.
Somebody's gonna hear that and go, "Damn, he ignored me."
Damn, he ignored my call. Like I knew it.
Fuck him.
I knew he had me labeled in there as that.
Oh man, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
What's up,
guys?
What's up?
We got Lenny Gramatica. We got M.Easy Moneybags.
Finally remember my name.
Jeezy on the ones and twos.
All day.
King Douchebag. What's going on? How you guys doing out there? What's up with you guys?
Ain't nothing, man. You know.
Lenny was good.
Getting
What's
this
good, man?
guap.
Lenny got his wine over there.
Yes, sir.
Getting twisted.
He high society over there with wine.
Pinky's out.
We just got what we got.
Pinky's out.
What we got, cuz?
We got Blue Moon, man.
We
we on the cheap end of things.
We on the cheap end, isn't it?
My man over here.
We got that Fugazi.
He got that good stuff over here.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't much going on in sports. I ain't gonna lie.
It's a lot going on.
It ain't
in
much.
sports.
Show's already over.
It's a lot going on.
We'd like to thank y'all for logging in, listening. We can reach us. No, I'm joking.
Might as well give them the number since you started.
Well, I guess 302-408-0604. Give us a call.
If you want to talk about
stuff.
talk
about anything. Give us a call. We can talk about whatever you want to talk
about. Your hangnail, your
talk
ugly
about
feet.
prom.
We can talk about the prom.
We can talk about the prom.
We're not talking about the prom.
Maybe
okay.
later.
Okay, fine.
We're gonna talk about a little hockey. We're gonna go with a little hockey.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody knows or not.
We always start off hockey like that.
The Stanley Cup Finals is on TV right now.
Yeah.
And it's a tie series.
It's a good series, too.
St. Louis Blues versus Boston Bruins.
Yeah, man. 2-2. Best of 3 right now going on.
It is. Playoff hockey is the best event outside March Madness.
It is the most
that nobody watches. Lenny,
dude,
why does
Lenny, who is a hockey fan?
I usually watch hockey.
You don't even watch it.
I haven't watched much this year. I have no reason, but I don't know. I was just talking to Mike. I was like, I don't think I've got home and go, I'm gonna watch a game today. I just haven't even thought about it.
So you being a fan, and you're
a
real fan. I mean, I'm a sports fan. You are a hockey fan.
I don't know. I don't know if it's because I got the baby and I'm just preoccupied.
Dude,
you had that baby for 2 years almost.
Yeah, and I get home and she wants to play now.
Well, yeah. I guess
last year she was just give me food and leave me alone.
But did you watch hockey last year?
I did watch it last year.
Like crazy?
Yeah.
The finals and everything.
Yeah.
I
don't know if it's.
I mean, dude, it's still like number 5 on ESPN. Like of all the like.
ESPN and NHL hate each other. They had an actual falling out. So, and ESPN gives them no respect and no play time.
Well, that must be with Microsoft Sports too, because that's one of my outlets that I go to get my stories, and it's literally the last story on the page.
Yeah. Anytime you look up sports in Google, it's the last thing listed. Like soccer, football is.
Well, soccer is huge.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like even over here, people watch soccer more than they do. NHL.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
but
it's true.
Dude, that's a true statement. Like I'm 97% correct on that.
Google it.
Lady, so I got some questions for both of you guys. What has to happen for people to like hockey?
I don't know.
They have to get over the stigma that it's like a rich white person sport.
You think that's what it is? I don't know.
I think a lot of people say that.
I think that it's because
and it's like a country club thing. Like only a certain niche of people play it.
Like when I think of hockey, I think of 1-0. That's exactly what I think of.
It's not true
when I think of hockey.
You mean score wise?
Yeah, score wise. It's like a lot of up and down. Maybe a couple hits, maybe a fight everywhere else.
So here's the playoff or the Stanley Cup right now: 4-2, 3-2, 7-2, 4-2.
Which is great. But I would never know that. Like, I would probably watch.
You probably saw
the
hockey.
finals.
You probably saw hockey in the late '90s, early 2000s when it got really slow.
It was the late '60s when he used to watch.
Man, I'm not that old, man.
Watching replays then. but that era was really bad.
So since when? What year would you say it started to get a little bit better than
304 after the lockout? They changed the rules.
Really, that early?
Yeah.
0304.
I'm going to look up the year they had the lockout because after the lockout they changed the rules to speed up the game.
And it was significantly different than
0405. Oh yeah,
so I would say
goals probably went up like 1.5, 2 goals a game after that.
Per team?
No, it's total.
Just total. Okay.
So instead of it being 3-2, it was like 4-3.
Okay.
It's still exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the biggest issue is, you know how almost every sport we cover has some sort of backstory. Mm-hmm. It has a narrative to it.
Right.
Several.
Yeah.
Hockey has none. Like the biggest story that came out of the Game 4 was the almost hat trick by Ryan O'Reilly.
Right.
And the fact that he owns Riley Auto Parts.
It's
the only story.
And I would say it's definitely more of a team sport than individual stars. You know, like you have individual stars in every other sports arena. You know what I mean?
I think probably to your point, there's not an abundance of all stars. There's like maybe 5 guys, and you can.
In hockey?
Yeah.
I mean, in hockey, there's probably 5 or 6.
That's what I was saying.
Guys who are like the upper echelon.
Far better than everybody else on the ice.
But then there's probably like 50 guys that are really good. You're just not the Crosbys and the McDavids.
Right.
So, I mean, there's a lot of really good talent in hockey now. There's a lot of guys that can fucking fly now.
Yeah.
But there's only so many people that hit that, like, you're watching greatness.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing in the NBA, same thing in football.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
There's
10,
a story behind
those
10
guys.
really good running backs, but there's 2 like amazing running backs. You know what I mean? It's the same thing.
But it's always a narrative.
Is it more of a leak? Like, it's more because these sports are more closely followed is why we have those narratives? You know what I mean? Because like you just said, ESPN has a problem with hockey, so they're not going to try to follow.
Hockey has a culture of policing itself. So they don't air out their bad drama with whether it's as a teammate or so. They take it out on the ice.
Right.
I don't like you. I'm gonna hit you really good once and let you know, hey, I'm here. I don't fucking like you.
Gotcha.
They don't yip and yap to the media. They
don't go on social media and
they take care of it.
Have burner accounts.
No, none of that.
All that.
It's just a culture that hockey is built that you're supposed to be tough. You're supposed to be team first. If you got a little ego problem with someone, you hit them once or twice, you move the fuck on.
Yeah, I'm all right with that. I get it. You know what I mean? Well, like I said, you guys, if you care or not, the Stanley Cup Finals is actually interesting. It's a fun game to watch, fun series. It's tied 2-2, Blues versus Bruins. Next game is on Thursday. Check it out.
Yeah, I think if you put the time in, any playoff game to the finals is in any sport is actually probably
even
exciting.
baseball.
Yeah, that's the only time I watch baseball. Yeah. Is in the playoffs.
Yep. Might as well stick with the baseball theme. Lenny, you got.
Well, why don't you go ahead with the McCutchen news?
So for those of you guys who follow sports, I'm sure you heard Andrew McCutchen is out for the year with an ACL tear.
Philly stand up.
They initially thought it was like just a regular knee sprain, but they found out worse news. So I saw the play. We were having a little debate before the show started on whether it was a play that was going to happen based on the hitter's error. Not really an error, but him being lazy.
His lack of hustle.
Yeah. Or was it just something that was a freak accident? Which I lean more towards freak accident. I mean, it was a very hard play to depict because if you hit a pop up, you're expecting the guy.
And that's what fucked over McCutchen.
Right.
Because Segura didn't run.
Right.
But aren't you, regardless if he runs, right? Shouldn't you head to the next base anyway?
No, not if on a pop-up. You can't.
You can't run.
Yeah, if he runs on a pop-up and they catch it, they throw it to first base, he's automatically out, too. So if the guy catches it and you're standing on first base already, you're safe, so there's only one out there playing out, too. So, but they purposely dropped it because they saw Segura not running. So they go, "Ooh, we could drop it and get both of you right now."
I mean, you can't blame it all on the one
what I
guy
said.
being
You
lazy.
can't blame necessarily the injury directly to him, but his laziness or whatever you want to call it on that play indirectly
caused him to run awkwardly.
When I first saw that video, I
made
thought he hurt
McCutchen
his
react
knee.
weird.
Did you see how he tweaked his own knee when he swung the bat?
Oh, he fell at the batter's box. Yeah,
I was just like, geez.
but he still could have got up. If he would have got up still and ran,
They would have played.
they still want to be able to get double
They
play,
would
so he
play it
wouldn't have to run.
differently.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but
and now you just lost a $15 million player.
Yeah, well,
Phil's is like adding bats to the bull or to the house like it's water. Like they who they just signed? I gotta look that
They
up.
traded for Jay Bruce,
Jay Bruce. That's
who's
who
just
it
a
is.
pure power hitter.
Yeah, it's like they're doing what they can to just swing their way. They're gonna slug their
they're
way.
going to
to
slug the
playoffs.
way to the championship.
That's what they're going
But
to do.
isn't that
As a-
baseball now? It's a bunch of
It
sluggers.
is, and it sucks. So
Why does that suck?
Because here's an example: the Phillies are on a 5-game losing streak, right?
Okay.
Not the end of the world in baseball, 5 games, whatever. Guess how many runs they have in those 5 games?
I mean,
11.
Damn, 11 and 5.
11
games?
in
Five
45 innings.
Yeah,
I mean,
Jesus.
but listen, that's just
you're basically telling your pitchers,
that's the culture
Good
of
luck.
baseball now. Though they're trying to make it like exciting to watch. Like people like home runs, dude.
I still don't think it's baseball trying to make it exciting. I think it's just analytics saying, technically speaking, this is the best thing to do.
Yeah,
But I don't agree with. I still don't agree with that.
I mean, that goes right into what you were going to bring up.
Well,
A little bit.
What I wanted to bring up was, so we talked a lot about Machado, Harper, where they should go, how much they should get.
Right.
I kind of want to do like a recap on, okay, we're 60 games in. Let's see where they're at and then compare them to some of the more recent free agents. I have a theory that paying big money for hitters in baseball is stupid.
It's stupid.
So,
but Harper, wait, you just calling Harper just a big hitter?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a big hitter.
I mean, he does nothing else
No.
to you, like MVP status.
Nothing.
Nothing.
He does. He's an MVP based on hitting. You win MVPs on hitting or pitching. He doesn't pitch. He's a hitter.
You can get a Golden Glove on the outfield, but
But no one cares
he's
about that.
yeah.
They only really holds a lot of water at center field, shortstop, second base, and catcher. The other positions, you could be the worst fielder in the world. If you can hit, they'll put you at first base. They'll put you at third base. They'll put you in the corner outfields because they don't care.
Notice
Right.
how all of the
The
premier
fat,
hitters,
lazy,
yep.
shitty guys who can't field play those 4 positions.
Yep.
Yeah.
So going back, all right. So Machado and Harper were the big guys last year. Machado $30 million, Harper $33 million. Harper's giving you a 250 average, 31 RBIs in 60 games. So RBIs is respectable. It's not great. It's respectable. 250 at $30 million.
He's swinging at everything.
250. You got $30 million. All right.
I feel
Harper.
like you got to bring it a little bit more. You
Harper.
gotta have a
All right. So
better
what would you want
average.
his average to be then?
You want him to be at least in the 275, 280 to consider him having a good year. 300 is having like what you would think you're getting for $30 million.
I need 313.
Jesus.
Harper's batting 243. Now he's got 43 RBIs, so that means the Phillies are getting on base and he's at least hitting for power,
Right.
and he's knocking guys in. But 243 at 33 million. So
But
again, it's only
your
it's only
average is
60
going to be
games.
less because you're swinging for the fences every time. So they
Dude,
hire
that's-
these guys because, like you
No,
said,
they were batting 290, 300 before they came there.
All right, they still got 190,000
I know.
games.
I
left.
said it's a small sample, but hold on. So last year, the 2 big guys, and one of them is actually panning out, but it wasn't a monster deal. He was just the second biggest deal. Cepedas, $27.5 million, batting 260, only 26 or 29 RBIs. Hosmer, who only got 18 million, only sounds ridiculous, right? He's actually giving you 290 with 34 RBIs. So he's like a middle of the line pay for a superstar or a good player. That to me makes sense. Okay, 18 million, 290, 34 RBIs. That's pretty good, right?
Right, but you also have to factor in. You always have to factor in putting asses in the seats, right? Again, Harper,
Big asses.
big.
The ones you charge double for.
You always have to factor that in when you're paying somebody. Like, regardless of how bad he actually hits, he's exciting to watch. The Philly fans love him.
He's exciting to watch if he's hitting.
If he's hit, yeah. But
they booed him like at least what?
But that's Philly
times?
fans too. Like, we boo anybody.
Yeah, but if you're batting 243, that's
bad.
Not really
but
acceptable.
Will it be forgotten if he starts hitting home runs? Like, if he starts finding his groove, you're still getting paid. You know, you're still putting behinds in the seats.
Yeah.
And you're starting to hit. It's only 60 games in. Which means you got 100 and what? How many games left?
102.
102 games left. Mm-hmm. You can find your groove around. You know what I mean?
It's plenty of time. It's just not what they used to. Like, for instance, I want to say the 2017 season, he batted 319 at the end of the season.
Which is right.
I mean, any season before,
and that's
this
the
season,
end of the season.
That's by the end. Yeah,
by the end,
you know,
right.
Any season before now, he didn't do that good 2016, but
Who's that? Harper.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, you're expecting those kind of numbers. You're expecting the slugging percentage to be up.
But realistically, you can't expect those type of numbers consistently throughout an 100.
No, and I get it's going to fluctuate, but what I'm getting at, there's a pattern. So Cepedis didn't pan out for $27.5 million. Dexter Fowler got like 20-something million. He's batting .250 with 15 RBIs.
Damn.
Pujols got $24 million at the age of 32, but he was dominating. Now he had about 3 years where he gave you a shit ton of RBIs. Now he's like a bench player for the next 5 years, making $25 million a year. Another big hitter getting big money.
Well, again, how do you get these players to come to where you are? Then you have to. There has to be a balance of you have to pay them a certain amount of money to actually get.
I'm just saying, I feel like dipping in the free agency and overpaying a guy never pans out.
You think it's the pressure?
Doesn't pan out 80% of it. I don't know.
I feel like it might be a little bit of pressure. I mean, based on
you got
your
that much
information-
money on your back.
Yeah, based on your information, it's you paid me, so now I'm supposed to deliver. I'm the guy now. You know what I mean? So it's almost like, I have to do far better than even my best season.
Right.
Whereas some people can take that and they can run with it. Some people it's hard.
Like Miguel Cabrera, he's one that I looked at in the last 6-7 years. To me, that panned out. Melky Cabrera's a top 5 hitter, MVP every year. He panned out, but the other 12, that's a lot of money for average to good stats.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, but
he's a notch above. Like, when you talk about upper echelon, he's a notch above all of the other big hitters.
He's supposed to be. He's not right now. Not right now.
You got to give it a little bit.
But I'm not saying just Harper Machado.
I know. I'm just saying, guys have to find their groove when it comes.
You can't be in year 2 trying to get your groove, and I've already paid you $50 million.
Why?
You want your groove immediately.
Stella got it back.
She got it back.
She got it back in less than 2 hours.
As soon as she got down to Jamaica, she got that thing back that day. She's like, no.
I've never even seen the movie. I fucking
don't even know.
He's never seen the movie.
Oh, man.
Ridiculous.
Well, man. I guess, for instances like last night, right? The Padres beat the Phils. Machado had a grand slam. That's why you pay the money. You know what I mean? It's like, I'll deal with the thousands of strikeouts. Let me get the grand slams when we need it, type of thing. So they already have the Dodgers and Padres on pace to, go to the World Series. That's what the consensus is right now. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. I don't know. What do you think, Lenny?
What about them going to the World Series?
You think that's a good
Padres?
Yeah.
No.
That's what they're saying.
They're too young. They ain't ready. They're not ready. They're extremely young, inexperienced team. They got a couple of guys to lean on. Mm-hmm. Most of them are still trying to figure out how to play a full 162 games.
Yeah.
I would say Dodgers, obviously. Yeah, they've been there. They've done it.
Right.
A little different. Mm-hmm. But I still think any GMs listening out there, stop spending so much fucking money. Develop your talent. Make a trade. Figure it out.
Watch Moneyball. That's all you got to do. All you got to do is watch Moneyball.
It's not about development anymore, dude. It's not in any sport. It's not about development.
What is it about, cuz?
We're about to talk about 2 teams that developed almost all their players, but 2, one on each team.
Yeah. No, I don't know about. Yeah, okay. We'll talk about that.
And look, they're both in the championship.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Shut up.
So going back to what your statement though,
If it's not about
development, what is it?
It's about star power.
Getting people, attracting.
Right.
It's
audience. About star power. It's not about team anymore. It's
that's
not
only
about
worth so much
players.
to me as a fan.
To you.
And that's fair. There are probably a lot of fair weather fans who just want to know.
It's a lot of young people.
I know Bryce Harper. Woo!
It's a lot of young people coming up that don't think old school. You know what I mean?
It's not old school. The point of the game is to win, not to have the flashiest players and the biggest name. Would you care if your team, if you're a baseball fan, your team went 162 and they had 10 good players, no one great? Or would you rather have a couple of great players and go 81 and 81?
See, but that's just the thing. That's me. I would want to win as many games as possible. The younger kids or the younger crowd or generation, I would say, they like that, having that star power. It's more exciting to watch, regardless about the game.
What if you had this undefeated 162 game team, and then they get in the playoffs, and because they're all unexperienced, they can't win, and the 81 team beats the 162.
That sounds like you're taking a shot at Tom Brady.
That does not. Hey. I don't know how you got that out of there.
16-0, lost in the Super Bowl.
Yo, don't be disrespectful.
Who did they lose that year to?
The Giants.
Come on, dude.
To retard face. Who I love. But
this is how you talk about people you love.
Yeah. Never loved me, Lenny. Never loved me, man.
It's a retard face. Who I love.
To retard.
Maybe that came out a little bit.
No. It came out exactly how it needed to come out.
That's hilarious to me.
Oh, man.
The one only quarterback who beat Tom Brady until Nick Foles.
Yeah.
Big Dick Nick.
That's right. You don't like that? You don't that nickname?
I'm just not calling him that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call him.
You talking about gay? That's gay.
I didn't call him that.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's a little sweet.
Why is that gay?
You can't call him Big Dick Nick. Nobody likes that.
Why?
Nobody likes that.
Nobody. Don't say that.
Why do you call him that?
That's his nickname.
But why do you call him that?
That's his nickname.
Who gave him that nickname?
The team.
The
team gave him. That's his nickname. The team gave him that. So a bunch of dudes was like, yo, Big Dick Nick.
For two reasons.
I don't want to know the first one.
The
second one is because he comes up big in big games.
Well, yeah,
he's got big nuts. He can handle it.
He can handle it. You just making it worse. Don't tell me the other reason.
It's the wine talking.
Forget the other. Let's just move on to the next time.
If anybody has a comment on Nick's
BDN, we'll call him BDN.
BDN.
Anybody got a comment on that nickname?
4080604.
I don't see nothing wrong with it. He is Big Dick Nick. Like,
I saw it.
That's gay. That's gay.
I saw it. It's huge.
I seen it.
Yeah. Oh man.
Weirdos.
Let's talk about Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz Jr.
Man. All right. So I gotta admit that you guys I'm gonna say it right now with everybody listening. Okay.
Womack wants a personal one.
No, I'm not giving him Womack, if you listening right now, I'm gonna respond to your email.
He wants a personal.
But I have to say you were right about Anthony Joshua. Now, with that being said, I kind of get the feeling that this is a little fixed for some reason.
Nah, dude.
I find it hard to believe that stature of a guy can go down. And I'm not saying that Ruiz doesn't have power, because we don't know. They were disrespectful. They calling them like what are they called, butterbean and all that. You know, that's a little disrespectful. I understand he's been boxing his whole life and everything. I just find it hard to believe that Anthony Joshua would go down that many times.
It doesn't make sense for him to take an L like that.
Right.
That was his debut. I'm just saying, to your point of it trying to be fixed, I don't think it was fixed at all.
I think he gave up.
Oh yeah, clearly.
But for no reason though. I don't think he was interested in the fight.
He wasn't interested when he got hit. What's the age-old boxing saying? Everybody has a plan until they smacked in the mouth.
Until they get smacked in the mouth.
And that's what happened. That is exactly what happened.
Yeah, but it wasn't
Saturday.
It wasn't like a smack in the mouth to the point where
he dropped him. That's a smack in the mouth.
The punch now the punches that he landed to actually drop Anthony Joshua wasn't that good.
It was the one that shook him.
It was the one that shook him.
Yeah, his legs was done.
Yeah, you can see his feet go.
Yeah, like multiple times. And, you know,
But the one hit to the head in round 3 is what you can see, like.
where he starts to get a little.
Yeah, he hit him like in the top of the head almost.
Right. It was almost like the top near the back almost.
Mm.
And I was just like, he looked like he gave up.
I would say he gave up.
Has he ever been hit hard before like that?
Yes.
Has he ever actually doubted himself before?
Klitschko.
But he was the underdog in that fight. If you think about it,
I don't think
he
so.
had nothing to lose by fighting Klitschko. He was the underdog. They knew that was
But
going to be.
it was still for the title, wasn't it?
It was, but you
So you got a lot to lose.
But he didn't have the title.
Who didn't have the title?
Joshua didn't have the title. He was the contender. So then he was like, he can go into this fight. If he knocked me down, I'm leaving it all out in the ring. You know what I mean? So
I mean, but what does this? One of my questions is, what does this do for boxing? Like, all the excitement is gone.
It completely screws up the heavyweight.
That's what I'm
division.
saying. Like, nobody wants to see not Joshua, Ruiz versus Wilder.
Well, we know that.
Wilder
See,
will kill him.
I kind of like that, like the underdog, the guy don't look like he really belongs.
I think
showing up and
Wilder
doing
will
it.
kill
I think
that
it's
guy.
interesting.
I think one shot to the face and Wilder will kill him.
But you know what? But if he fights him, I would actually be intrigued to like watch it live just for that. Like just like the Mayweather Pacquiao fight, that sliver of hope that Pacquiao knocks him out and you can finally go, yes.
Yeah, but this is the only difference is with that is this is the heavyweight division.
All right.
You're going to get hit hard.
So
and that's all there is.
So
there is no technique. I'm going to hit the shit out of you.
All right.
To your point, though.
So if Ruiz happened to knock him out, how like you would jump out of your seat like holy shit.
Right, everybody would, I think.
Isn't that what boxing's supposed to be for?
That's what it's supposed to be, but you know, if you pay closer attention to the sport, to your point, Mike, you know, boxing, especially the heavyweight, it's no technique. If Anthony Joshua came to the ring with technique, if he was an actual boxer, if he had technique, if he trained,
If Anthony Joshua trained.
yes,
Okay.
he would have beat Ruiz with no issue.
No issues, yeah.
Did you 6'6"
240
with an 82-inch reach
compared to 74.
to compare to 74?
That's ridiculous.
There's no reason that he should have been even close.
Unless he was
to
beating
you.
your body up, there's no reason he
Close.
should have came close.
You should
and
jabs
so-
all night.
So is
That's
that
all night long?
Is it a bad night for Joshua, or did the truth come out about him?
So I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
I think it was a bad night. He was off.
Mhm.
I think if he has another
Due
shot,
to what?
I think it was he was
took
out
it
of his
easy.
element.
Right. Okay.
He's they fought in Madison Square Garden. He's not he's never fought in the
But
States
that don't
before.
make sense to me.
A ring is a ring, man.
I agree. That's how we think, but
And it's not,
He
he didn't
seemed-
fly over the day before and had to adjust to the time zone.
Yeah.
He better have been here months ago.
He was here 2 weeks, I think.
2 weeks is more than enough still to get
I
used
think
to
so.
I
Yeah.
think he came in that night. I don't
You
know.
always got to be extreme.
No, but I
So
you know,
that's just the excuse is stupid.
I mean, I'm like I said, I think it's twofold. I think once he got hit, it was a whole different story. He was, what is his record? He was 22
22
and 21.
Right.
22 and 21.
22
22 and 21.
22 and 0, 21 knockouts.
So the
Okay.
the only
he wasn't
I was
22
like,
and 21
what?
losses.
Oh.
You got to explain it to
Oh,
me.
my
He had
bad,
a
my
little-
bad.
I was just
22,
knockout.
22 with 21 knockouts. That's what he was.
Right.
The one guy who he didn't knock out, what happened to be, what was the guy's name? Joseph Parker.
What are you talking about? Ruiz's record, right?
No, this
No,
is
no,
Anthony
Joshua.
Joshua. Joseph Parker was the only one that he didn't knock out,
Okay.
who happened to be the only guy that beat Andy Ruiz Jr. by a majority decision.
And a lot of people are disrespecting Andy Ruiz. You know what I mean? They just like, who is this guy? Like, I know I haven't heard
Well,
of him.
nobody. He wasn't even supposed to
He's
fight.
been boxing his whole life, apparently.
He was
though.
he was a stand-in for Jarrell Miller, who let me
Yeah.
tell you, let me give you guys a backstory on this guy.
On Jarrell Miller?
a short backstory. He was 23 wins with 20 knockouts, one draw, right? He was the next guy up to fight Anthony Joshua.
Okay.
6'4", 315 pounds. Not that
315.
really matters, but his
Right.
nickname was Big Baby.
Mm.
He failed a drug test. He's failed multiple drug tests. You know what his compensation was going to be to fight Anthony Joshua? $6.5 million.
See what I'm saying?
What kind of
See
drug
what I'm
test?
saying?
What kind of drug test?
I don't get the
It
details.
doesn't matter.
It does. So
It doesn't.
It does not matter.
It really does.
You know my stance on if you're smoking weed or something stupid. I don't give a fuck.
No.
It doesn't help me fight. It doesn't help me play basketball. Nothing. Who cares?
Either way, Lenny, if the rule
I agree.
says,
It's stupid to do it if the rule says it, but I think it's a stupid rule.
I agree with you, but let's talk about what the facts. The facts is you can't do it, and the facts is you had 6.5 on the line. All you had to do was show the fuck up, and you got $6.5 million.
It's the dumbest shit.
I
swear
get it.
it's the dumbest. Dude, I'm not going to risk that much financial stability over some damn drugs. Wait until after.
Good drugs.
I don't care. There's no drug good enough to pass up $6.5 million.
6.5.
There's none.
So then so imagine being him after you see Ruiz knock him out.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Jeezy on the ones and twos, man.
Imagine being that guy. He's like, he's probably looking like, damn, I could have knocked that nigga out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's probably what he thinks.
$6.5 million, and I would be the champ.
And I'll be the champ.
And I would be the champ, and I would get endorsements. Mm-hmm. Like, I would be known for beating Anthony Joshua.
Right.
The champ. I would have the belts, money, and endorsements. Nah.
Money, power, and respect.
Nah.
Is what you would have.
Trying to get high.
So is Anthony Joshua's career done?
No. I don't think he's done. He's not
Who's
done.
gonna fight?
Nobody's done after one loss.
He got to build himself back up.
The reason I say done is like, who's he going to fight now?
I don't know.
There's nobody to fight.
There would be nobody else for him to fight but Wilder. But
and
he's
nobody
not
want to see that.
And nobody want to see it now.
Wilder's not taking that fight.
No.
There's no
Why
reason
would I?
to.
Why would I? I would
Right.
knock your head off.
Ortiz would whoop his ass.
Wilder already knows that if I hit you once,
It's over.
it's
You
a wrap.
sleep.
Because your chin apparently isn't all like that. So you know what I mean? It's messed up.
I think Fury. Well, Womack thinks otherwise. I think Fury would beat him, Joshua. I think Ortiz would beat Joshua.
Yeah.
I think Wilder would beat Joshua. So here's the interesting part. There's a rematch clause. So he's going to fight him again, probably. It'll likely happen. He's talking about, we can fight again, but it's going to be in my house. Like, you ain't the champ no more.
That doesn't matter.
You ain't the champ no more.
And you can't make those stipulations.
You can't make that
You're
call.
the B fighter now.
Yeah.
You're the B. You don't make the rules. You're the B fighter now. Did you hear what Andre Ward said about Anthony Joshua? I'll send out the ESPN video that they did on First Take.
Right.
But Andre Ward basically said he's too worried about being a model on Instagram.
Are you
and
serious?
not train. He said Anthony Joshua will be the truth if he actually trained the right way instead of actually being on Instagram pretending to be a model. This is from Andre Ward, one of the all-time greats.
Social media is the devil, man.
I mean, but when you think about what he said, I mean, I don't know if he's trying to be a model, but you could kind of tell. I mean, he is like genetically, I think he is like a crazy specimen,
he's like,
right?
Athletic.
Yeah, like he's
Mm-hmm.
athletic as crap, but that doesn't translate over because you're not training correctly.
Right.
Like, I don't know what it's going to take for him. I understand it's the heavyweight division, and you got to have a certain amount of girth, and you got to have a certain amount of, grit to it. Mm-hmm. But it's like, dude, you can, as athletic as he is, he could be one of the fastest heavyweights.
Right.
You know what I mean? If he trained with the right people. But
he obviously hits hard.
He obviously hits hard. Obviously hits hard. So you have to add something else.
I mean, he knocked
But
down
other
Ruiz.
people hit hard.
Right.
It's the heavyweight division.
That's what's going. Yeah.
So
that's why
what
people
separates you from that? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Does the fight even happen now? No, obviously Wilder is just like.
No, Wilder not doing that fight, but it's more. I would think it'd be more interest in the rematch than any other fight. And you know what's funny? Anthony Joshua was already a favorite in the rematch. He already the favorite.
That's disrespectful.
I think that's a little disrespectful.
That's
Yeah.
ESPN document or article says that the promoter says the rematch has already been triggered.
Yeah, I think it's already happening. So if I'm Ruiz, I'm coming back. I'm gonna lose at least 20 pounds. I'm gonna look a little better than I did.
Lose a little bit more.
I'm gonna look a little better than I did in this fight on Saturday.
Yeah, I don't.
Because I'm gonna take it serious at this point.
Yeah, I'm the champ.
I'm the champ. I'm taking it
He
serious.
probably didn't expect to win. To be honest, he didn't look like he expected to win.
He went in with a prayer.
Right.
It's like, listen, he went in with a puncher's prayer. I'm gonna just catch him,
Who's actually interested in this fight?
Well,
this
that's what I mean. The only if he gets behind, like if he gets his community behind him, the Mexican community, it'll make money.
Oh, it will now because of that.
The first Mexican heavyweight champ, right?
Yeah. Mexican American. I guess he was born in like Los Angeles, so
okay.
But that's his heritage,
right?
I'm not taking nothing from that.
Yeah,
but he's the first Mexican American heavyweight champ. They're gonna get behind him, so the fight's gonna have draw. I don't think it's gonna be a problem with that. You know what I mean?
But again, you can't. If I'm Anthony Joshua, you can't make rules now.
Yeah, you can't. You can't
say, "Oh, you gotta come fight me over here." Yeah. Nah, dog. You gotta come over here again and prove yourself.
Yep.
Like that's what it comes down to. Because at this point, people not believing in you no more, dude. Like we ain't had no choice but to believe in him because of the 22 and 21.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, well, you can't really go against him because he knocked people out for the most part.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
That's what
until it's proven otherwise.
Between Wilder and Joshua.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Because Wilder did the same thing. I think maybe he has like two. What is his record? What's Wilder's record? Like, look that up real quick, Lenny.
Who's? Gramatica. Deontay Wilder.
Deontay Wilder. What's his record? I think
Dante.
it's like.
So it says that they're gonna fight in November, December at a venue to be determined. But I have a question for you guys. Does Joshua try to play that? Well, my opponent changed. I was prepped for another guy because of the.
So his
attitude
like after the fight bothered the hell out of me.
What? The whole congratulations to him?
Man, like get out of here.
Wilder.
Look, and I get it. Me and Lenny were kind of talking about this earlier. I get it. He's trying not to be a sore loser.
Yeah.
I'm not saying to sit there and be a sore loser, but I'm not gonna sit there and be like, yeah, congratulations.
This is night.
Like, yeah, like no.
What are you gonna say?
Why can't there be respect?
Nah, I mean this could be respect without you sitting there being like, oh man, you're great. Like, no, we're not great because we're about to have a rematch. I'm not gonna tell you great.
It's respect.
You beat me tonight.
There is nothing wrong with respecting your opponent, whether you win or lose. Nothing wrong with that. I actually commend it.
I don't agree. I think you
can still take
what
that.
He's lacking in the pre-fight or the post-fight press conference was what he lacked in the ring.
I think you're just
don't have a killer instinct.
I think you're just so used to it always being dramatic and trying to fight pre and post fight.
I guess I'm just thinking of it in a sense.
Which is
if I was the fighter
for show.
If I was the fighter and I just lost, I'm gonna be pissed that I lost at myself. Mm-hmm. If nothing else,
you take
I'm gonna say
take that out in your training for the next 5 months.
He did a great job. I'm not saying nothing else. We about to do the rematch. I want my rematch. That's all I'm saying. I'm not sitting there saying like, oh man, you know.
But that sounds like a teenager who's pissed off.
He should be pissed off.
But you're an adult now. You know how to handle your emotions.
But I get what Dave's saying. Your competitive drive makes you pissed off to the point.
That's why you go to the gym and you work. That's why you go to the trainer and you work.
That's what he's saying.
But
like I'm not going to sit
there.
Drive
stops up here in your head. You're not gonna just be like, oh, well, everything's still fine.
You could be competitive and not go out there and cry or pout or.
It's not. It's a difference between crying and pouting and being determined and being in a mind frame where you know what, I screwed up. I gave this fight away. I'm gonna be pissed at myself. I'm not gonna be all this happy jolly. This is gonna be business the next time go around. You know, the next time we do this. That's all I'm saying. He seemed a little too happy to me. He seemed too happy about this loss. And
that's another reason why I say it don't seem right. It don't seem right, dude.
Because
none of
his
it.
demeanor afterwards.
His demeanor afterwards was just like, it was. He had a good fight, and I built a great team, and we just didn't get it done. And I was just like, that don't sound right, man.
Rubbed me the wrong way.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with congratulating your opponent, but you shouldn't have went out like that.
Wilder is 41 wins, 40 by knockout, 1 draw.
Jeez. So the 1 draw is Fury,
mm-hmm.
and he only one other guy got away from that right hand. Only one other person.
Oh yeah.
So that's what the draw was for the original fight, Wilder versus Joshua, which we all know now what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
If Joshua get hit by that right hand.
If he got hit by that right hand, he would have died.
He's got 20 knockouts in the first round. Now they're probably like early on.
The last one was a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, he did knock that guy out pretty bad.
First round. Yeah.
He wanted to kill that guy too. He said that.
That's what I need.
He was like,
you should have a killer instinct like that.
This is the only sport where you can kill a man and get paid for it. That's what he was. That's where his mindset.
If you're a
was.
fighter, and you guys listening in, call us, give us your opinion, text us, give us your opinion, 302-408-0604. You need to have the killer instinct. You can't go up in there talking about Jolly Good Show. That ain't gonna work for me. We don't do Jolly Good Show.
If you're a fighter, you got to be a killer.
That's it. You see blood, and then afterwards, you know what I mean? If you lose, you should be upset at yourself, congratulate the guy, and then get back on your bike, get ready for the next fight, especially if it's a rematch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess so. That makes sense.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm not going to be jolly. I know that
Jolly
for sure.
Good Show.
One, because you just punched me in my face. That's number one. Anybody punch me in my face, I'm not going to be like, yo.
That was a good punch in the face.
Yo, dog. That was pretty good, man. It was pretty good.
Yep. NBA Finals.
What we thinking?
So, it's already on par with everything that we've been saying so far.
Yeah.
I want to let all the listeners know that.
I want to let all.
We've been predicting the finals since it's been on. We said Toronto was going to win the first game.
Mm-hmm.
And then we said it was going to be a 4-2, a 6-game series after that. That's what we said.
4-2
Golden State was going to steal home court, which they did.
Yep.
And here we are.
There are some caveats.
Let's break down how this happened.
There are some caveats to this, though. Okay. Kevin Durant still not available for Game 3, right?
Okay.
Klay Thompson questionable. Most likely not available for Game 3.
Okay.
And before we go any further than that, I'll lay the question out there. If you're Steve Kerr, obviously a hamstring is nothing to really keep running on or playing with, right? Do you risk it all to win? Because Klay is saying he can play. But the doctors are like, yo.
If my doctor's saying no, I'm giving him that 3 more days of rest.
Right.
Going down 2-1 ain't the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world, but you're not guaranteed that Kevin Durant is going to come back in games 4 or 5 yet.
All right, but still, if you could say
you're not going to win without Klay and Kevin Durant and Looney and Iggy is still hurt.
So here's how I look at it: if Klay don't play Game 3, if he's the doctors say he should probably sit. I'm saying, all right, you know what? You're probably sitting, right? Mm-hmm. You're going, all right. If we win this game, hey, we just punch them in the face.
Cool.
If we lose, we got 2-3 more days. Clay's hopefully healthy. We go do
you
what
actually
we got
2 days. Well, 1.5 technically, because the game is tomorrow, Wednesday.
All right.
And then the game after that is Friday.
Well, that's 2 more days of full rest.
It's not 2 days of full rest.
Yeah, it is, because he's not playing that day, so he has that whole day plus the next day.
He's not going to be resting, dude. It's the finals. They're going to be doing therapy and all that.
Yeah, but shit. He's not out running, jumping, cutting.
Yeah, but you're testing all that stuff out.
It's different though.
All right, go ahead.
He's getting 2 days of healing.
Okay.
Taking care of it, right?
All right.
So worst comes to worst, you're down 2-1. You get Klay back. You go, okay, let's go to business. Let's do what we got to do. I mean, I would rather that than Klay come out there and makes it worse, and he's out rest of the series, and you still might lose that game then.
So I'll throw this scenario out. What if Klay plays, y'all win, he hurts himself. But
Who's y'all win?
Golden State.
All right, so Golden State wins, but Klay
rehurts himself. He can't, and he sits out. You still have DeMarcus and the possibility of KD coming back to replace Klay.
Possibility.
Yes, but
we heard the possibility he might play Game 5 in the conference finals.
Yeah, but I think
he's closer to a recovery.
Right. Yeah. So here's one of my questions: does Kevin Durant?
That rumor that he tore his Achilles real, and they're just trying to make Toronto keep having to prepare if his KD's going to be there eventually?
I
think it would have came out by now if that was. I mean, it could be part of strategy. It could be part of strategy, but I don't think
KD scares Toronto though. I think they have that mentality.
That's just still another great shooter.
It is, but you can always put a great defender on him, as in Kawhi.
I don't.
But then you got to worry about Curry. You still got to worry about Klay when he comes back.
The problem with KD is, obviously he's one of the greatest players right now in the NBA. He creates a matchup problem all over
everybody,
the court.
Everywhere,
all over the court. So that's what you're afraid of. It's like as long as he's not on the court, we straight. You know what I mean? If he's on the court, it's little to nobody who can guard him.
I think Kawhi can do a really good job.
But then you're burning out Kawhi.
But no, see, that's where you're wrong, because Kawhi is
He's very,
the
very
freaking Terminator.
yeah.
Like he just a robot. He go out there and he play, and that's it. He don't get tired. I mean, I do think he's still hurt. Like some type of knee injury is going on with him that they're not really talking about.
Kawhi's hurt. Lowry's hurt.
Everybody's banged up.
Yeah.
It's the finals. Yeah. That's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So that's what I mean. It's the finals. Everybody's banged up. Everybody's tired. Everybody's injured. Like Curry, nobody's talking about it, but Curry has the finger issue on his shooting hand. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's still.
We're not bringing that up.
It's still an injury.
No,
it's still an injury.
If you shoot it from half court, I don't want to hear about a problem.
You need your fingers to do that.
He still makes the shots.
He's still averaging
from
30.
half court.
He's still averaging 30.
So get out of here with that.
And he got context.
He got a finger. Get out.
I'm just saying, everybody. He mad. He hates Steph Curry.
I don't hate him.
You hate him.
I don't hate him.
Yeah, you do.
So what do you attribute to Golden State winning Game 2? What was the difference between Game 1 and 1-2?
DeMarcus Cousins and Andre Iguodala. It's always the offset players that make the difference in these games.
I have different.
What did they change?
Viewpoint.
What did they change? Well, DeMarcus Cousins puts a big body that nobody can really guard down low. Whoa. The possibility of posting up, and he's a big man that can pass the ball. So when you got cutters,
was a big
when
deal,
you got cutters like Draymond and Clay and Sean Livingston and all that, it's gold because you got a guy that's down there that can shoot the three. Hitters. He can stretch the floor. He can shoot the three. He can post. He can go to the basket, and he can pass.
So that makes sense of why the ball movement was much better, right?
Right.
What happened defensively that they look so much better on defense?
Third quarter. All day long. I don't know what clicks with them.
Yeah, third quarter.
On the fucking third
quarter.
But
what was it? Like, when I watch it, right, I'm watching that game, and I don't see that Golden State was playing good defense. Toronto just wasn't hitting.
So
they were open looks.
To his point, if you look at the box score for Game 2, right, I notated a few things that just stood out to me. Draymond and Steph both had 41 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
The closest was Clay with 32, and he got hurt, so that's probably why he didn't hit close to 40.
Okay.
Toronto wins every stat in the box score.
That's not true.
They
shooting
won every
percentage,
except for
shooting percentage.
Well, except for assists
and shooting percentage,
and obviously shooting percentage. Golden State shot 46%. 46.3.
To 37.
Toronto to 37.
Yeah.
And I think that was the biggest issue in the game. They couldn't hit open shots.
That's what I was saying. Did Golden State really play better on defense? And defense, defense in a way won the game with that run in the third where Toronto couldn't do it.
It was like a 22-6.
But I don't think they played good defense. I think Toronto just came out flat and dead for some reason.
Less of good defense and more of poor shot selection for Toronto.
I don't
poor
agree
shot
with
selection.
I don't think they were bad shots.
They weren't
I just didn't
bad
think they were
shots.
going in.
They just see.
There
Here's the thing.
There
Other
were
than
errant threes just going up.
Other than Kawhi, though, who's their best shooter? Their best 3-point shooter on the team of Toronto is Danny Green.
Right.
Gasol and Lowry are good. They're not great, but they're good. They're
right. So that's what I'm saying.
So
Gasol is not a good 3-point shooter.
He's good. He's
Serge
not great.
is not a good 3-point shooter. Kawhi, yes. You got Danny Green, who hasn't been hitting since the last series. You got Kyle Lowry, who is at random. He's just like, okay, maybe I'll show up, maybe I won't.
But their looks when
you got the light skin bull, Justin. What's his name?
Fred Van.
Yeah, Fred Van Fleet.
Van Fleet. Yeah, he's good.
So they have.
Man. I love his game.
They have viable options. They were just off.
But they don't normally knock down tons of threes. They're not like a great 3-point shooter.
But they're not that bad.
If you don't normally take those shots, then you shouldn't take them.
But that's what I credit Golden State because they didn't let those
wide
guys
open.
You look at the first game; most of
if
their
you're
points
wide
was
open,
in the
you're
paint.
taking it. You have to take
Most of their points was in the paint or mid-range shots in the first game.
There was a possession where there was a turnover. Toronto got the ball. Kyle Lowry was behind 3. There's 4 Golden State Warriors in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
He takes the shot with no rebound.
Yeah,
he has nobody to grab
You're not Steph. What are you doing?
Why do you do that?
So,
meanwhile, on the other side of the court, Golden State is scoring buckets in the paint. In the paint.
Layups.
Just layups.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. Like, it was almost like the roles were reversed.
So when you look at the lineup that Steve Kerr put in, he had Draymond. Mm-hmm. He had Draymond, Iggy, DeMarcus, Sean Livingston, and Steph. Not defensively, but he's still a problem for him to be on the floor.
You have 4 good defenders.
You got 4 good defenders on the floor. They can't get into
2
the
of
paint
them-
at this point.
2 of them outside of Curry are also pretty good offensive creators on their own, right?
Exactly. So when you have that element on the floor, it makes it hard because Toronto now has to play D.
Right.
And you got defensive players on the other end who are stopping you from getting to the basket, so you have to take jump shots.
Yeah.
And if you're not a good jump shot shooting team,
yeah,
that's how it works. The finals and the playoffs are all about strategy, man. So Steve Kerr, dude.
To your point, though, I thought Nurse's strategy of basically forcing the ball out of Steph's hand was amazing strategy,
and that's good.
But you live or die with Iggy's shot.
Right.
You live or die with that shot.
Which Iggy
do you
should've
think
never
that was
shot. He should have never
okay?
shot.
So that was the question I was about to ask.
Never.
Now, if
I'm Curry, I'm going Iggy. I'm happy you made it. Don't ever fucking do that again.
First of all,
he called that defense disrespectful. He's like, you don't leave Andre Iguodala open.
It is disrespectful. As an NBA player, you're not just going to walk away from me and leave me open for at least 2 seconds.
He was 2 for 10.
I don't care.
That's 20%.
He's an NBA player who can actually. He's clutch. Is Andre Iguodala not clutch?
But you know what? If you could force him into that shot, you live with it. Out of everyone else,
you'd rather him take it than anybody else.
See, Max Kellerman was disrespectful this morning on first
take. Iggy's averaging 5 points this year. I'm letting him take the shot at that point.
Yeah, but see, it's still disrespectful. He's still an NBA champion. He's still one of the best defenders.
All right, and
ever.
he's the least scary of their options to take that shot.
He is.
But then that's what I'm
But
giving
he's
it
still,
to.
you don't just walk away and look at him
they
like
really did just walk away.
They dared him to shoot. And my thing is, he's already proven that he's clutch and he can hit big shots. So you can't just be like, he only shooting 2 for 10.
He's only the MVP.
He's only the MVP of the finals a couple of years. Who cares? What are you talking about? Like he's an NBA player. You give an NBA player enough time to set up and shoot the ball like that. Get in rhythm, shoot the ball. It's going to go. It's a practice shot.
Let me ask you all this. We sit here and we talk about all the different things that Golden State did to win the game, and we've talked about how they're going to win the series. We haven't really talked about what Toronto can do to win, unless you guys think that they can't do much to win. So, what do you think that Toronto needs to do to steal next game? Because that's what they'll have to do.
Toronto has to come with the same excitement and the same energy that they had in Game 1.
So here's the thing about Game 1. Here's the thing, and not taking nothing from Toronto and how they came out and played, because they came out and played great. But if you decrease Siakam's point output by half, they don't win that game.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not going to get 32 points out of him again. You're not. It's not going to happen.
Okay.
It's not happening. So what can they do to basically? Obviously, they got to shoot a better shooting. Have a better shooting percentage, play better defense.
The D wasn't that bad.
It wasn't.
Wasn't bad.
You let up what 100 and what?
I think it was. I think it was the points in the paint. It was easy points in the paint,
and especially in the third quarter, they gave up layups.
It was just like easy layups.
And to me, it's like once Golden State reached that level, like once they turn it on to the point where they just like, okay, we're going to go on a run here, and we're going to stop you defensively. And teams don't recover well from that. They don't recover well from that third quarter onslaught where it's just like, we can't stop these fucking guys from scoring.
And I'm just thinking about this as we're talking about it. If you look at the games, we've seen both games so far. It doesn't look like they have an offensive set where they can say, we can go to this set and we can score a bucket.
No.
You talking about Toronto?
Yeah.
They have go to Kawhi Leonard.
That's all they got. And that he's an amazing player, don't get me wrong. But you throw enough people in front of him,
And then he can't do nothing.
he can't do much.
Right. That's with anybody.
You got to rely on somebody else.
Right.
And that's why I say it is key. It is imperative that Kyle Lowry has a good game. He is the key to them winning, in my opinion. He's got to have at least 20.
Him and Gasol need to have a bigger mark.
Bigger impact on the game. Yeah, I think Danny Green needs to start hitting shots. If he started hitting those threes, then I think they have a shot to kind of steal a couple games.
But Danny got to come alive.
Danny,
the bench got to come alive.
I think Van I can never say his name. Van Fleet is doing a good job. I think coming off the bench, doing what he's doing.
I was gonna say, do you see him playing 35 now? Because he showed he can actually D up Curry.
He could play some all right defense. I mean, he's not as fast.
I'm not gonna say he could D up Curry. I think
he bothered Curry a lot.
Yeah, he can make it hard for him, but
no, that's what you want to make him work.
When he's on the floor, they have to respect his shot and his offensive ability. So he definitely stretches the floor.
But see, that's the disadvantage that Toronto is at, because if you put Van Fleet,
let's just call him Fleek.
Fleek, that's what I'm calling him. Fleek and Kyle Lowry at the 1 and 2. Now you're small.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's not going to work against Sean Livingston. That's not going to work against Iguodala. That's not going to work against Klay Thompson if he's playing. You know what I mean? So now you're at a disadvantage. You're going to get posted up, and now we're going to kick it out for some threes, and then we're really going to.
We're going to take you to the block and kick it out if it's open.
You know what I mean? So they have to do more than rely on Kawhi bullying people and getting to the basket.
And that seems to be their only game plan.
Right.
Like that's their only offensive.
So I got bored and I looked up Van Fleet versus Curry right now in the playoffs. So NBA analytics say that he has D'd up Curry 33 possessions. Curry's only taken 6 shots. He's only hit 1.
When
Van Fleet is D'ing him up directly.
That's pretty good, man.
You can't do that all game.
You can try.
And again,
they want to win.
But how the games are played now, though, there's a lot of pick and roll where you're going to get
switched off, yeah.
So that's not going to work. You know what I mean? Like Van Fleet is going to, he'll guard him halfway up the court and all that. And then when he gets past half court, he's just going to set a screen with DeMarcus. Now you got a big man on Curry. What you going to do? Nothing. Shoot from 85. You know what I mean? Or he going to pass it to DeMarcus and he going to, it's an easy bucket. So there's it's about matchups and it's about strategies. Mm-hmm. And Toronto, their strategy is Drake. So
if Klay don't play, who you got game 3?
If Klay doesn't play, I have Toronto possibly winning, but it won't be by much.
Without KD and Klay?
Yes, because I think DeMarcus will have a bigger role. I think all the bench players will actually have a bigger role if Klay doesn't play. I think Draymond will have a triple-double. Steph will still average 30. And it'll be like Iguodala, who has 20 and 10 or something like that.
If Looney wasn't hurt, I would say that Golden State would still win.
Banged up.
They are hurt, dude.
Yeah. If Looney wasn't hurt, I'd say Golden State still wins that game. But because their bench is hurt too,
it's depleted. Yeah. But you can't count out what's his name? Cook. You can't count him out.
Oh, he was balling.
You can't count for him to be consistent, especially on D.
Well, yeah, D. But I'm talking about offensively.
That's what they call him. That's what they call him.
Big Cook. But offensively, he's a threat. You know what I mean? And regardless of defense, if they can Golden State can always outscore you, regardless of who's on the other side.
Toronto ain't gonna win nothing if they shoot 37%. It's not happening.
A lot of that is Kawhi forcing shots too.
He got a weird jump shot. He leans into all his jump shots,
but they go in sometimes.
Yep. Yeah, sometimes.
Speaking of Kawhi, one last thing, I guess. My man is actually suing Nike. I don't know if people heard about this, but
I did not actually.
He apparently came up with this icon. Or
did you see the? It's like a little hand.
It's the claw, pretty much. Yeah. Like they call him the claw because his hands or whatever. But he pretty much came up with that logo, and Nike he's trying to use it on like sweatpants and hoodies, and he's trying to get it marketed out there and all that. And Nike is trying to say that they had it first. They told him not to wear that and all that because he was affiliated with Nike before he actually left and went to New Balance. So I mean, what do you guys think about that? Like,
I feel
do you think it's possible to sue a company like Nike?
Sure.
Yeah. No,
and when?
The thing is, it's not. It don't have to. He doesn't have to win. All they have to do is settle out of court. Because he has enough money to go for litigation. They obviously do, but it will cost them. It'll cost them advertising. It'll cost them brand recognition. It costs them a lot more than it costs Kawhi. So yeah, they'll settle out of court. What he would need to do though is make sure he got all his I's dotted.
That's what I'm
and his
saying.
T's crossed.
Because he's been.
If you willingly gave that up,
that's what I mean. He's
point,
been with Nike all the way up until 2018. So
right.
they could have. I'm sure if it's Nike, they have it documented where they were like, he gave this to us. Yeah, you know what I mean.
So I mean, it might not go nowhere. It might be a lost cause for Kawhi. So I just thought that was weird when I saw that. I was like, where'd this come from?
Yeah, this was like out of the blue.
Really
I was like, he sues
for
Nike.
somebody like that, somebody who isn't really in the limelight,
right? Who isn't a talker? Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
but I think a lot of that is his family. Like I think his family will have something to do with him leaving Toronto and going to whatever LA.
Oh, speaking of Kawhi, I wanted to bring this up. I thought this was hilarious, and Lenny already knows about it. How about DeMar was like, I was a sacrificial lamb in the climb of the rafters.
Why is he even talking?
Me? Are you serious about you were the sacrificial lamb? Yes, you were.
You were,
because they didn't get nowhere for the last 2 or 3 seasons while you were on a team, and as soon as you left, as soon as they sacrificed you, they got to the finals. So yeah, you're right. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
He is a good player.
This is coming from the dude who averages shooting from 3 from 28%. This year, 15%.
15?
15% from 3.
He's a good player. Let's throw
he's
that
not
out
a superstar.
He's not a superstar. He's not an all-star.
He puts up a lot of points, but
they're empty points probably.
But his percentage is not.
They had nobody else to score at the time.
His percentages are not
in Toronto or in San Antonio.
In Toronto.
Oh, okay.
But he still put up 21 last year in San Antonio, but he shot 45, 46, 44, 41.
Is the moral of that.
You didn't build Toronto.
Shut your mouth.
You know what I mean? It's not
y'all
like
had number 1 seed for the last 3 seasons, I think it was.
Yeah.
You didn't get it done. Move on. You're on a new team. Don't worry about your
Dave,
team.
he's a sacrificial lamb.
That made me upset. Like, don't try to sit there and try to steal some of their clout because they got to the finals. Talking about, like you made that happen somehow.
So what if Mark Jackson, right? Mm-hmm. Just throwing it out there because we talking about this situation.
All right.
What if Mark Jackson was like, man, the Warriors really wouldn't be nowhere unless, if I hadn't been there and put that together.
It's one thing to put the pieces together, but clearly he couldn't coach the team, which I think it's the same thing.
They were younger. They were really young.
Same thing is going to happen to Brent Brown. He ain't going to be able to coach. It's too much talent on the Sixers. He can't coach that team. Yeah, he's doing as good as he can.
Yeah,
and I'm not taking nothing away from him. He's doing as good as a job as he can do.
So he needs a team like Phoenix or somebody like that. You know what I mean?
He ain't gonna be able to coach them to the
Timberwolves. Somebody like that. But
you can make the same argument for OKC back in the Scott Brooks days. Mm-hmm. You can make the same argument. He couldn't coach him to the. Actually they got to the big game.
They got to the finals,
and they broke the team up. But I just thought that the DeMar thing was just.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know Toronto loves DeMar, and he doesn't have any. Supposedly, he doesn't have any malice towards his team for trading him and all that. But you sound kind of salty.
He's salty.
You sound kind of salty.
So do you think the GM who was with Mark Jackson feels the same way? That he's the one who went out and he identified stuff and no one thought he was a real deal. And Clay,
I do.
He's the one who drafted all that.
I would. Mm-hmm. I would.
They went and got a new guy when they brought in Kerr and they get all the fame.
Yeah.
Even though they didn't draft.
I would.
Nothing.
I would feel that way because I'd be like, look,
patience, man.
Nobody would have known about Steph Curry had it not been.
People knew about him, but
he was
Davidson.
People were so like. Who knows what he's really going to be playing in a mid-major team?
He was small. He was scrawny. You know what I mean? He
played at way too fast of a pace of a game.
He barely was shooting good at 3-pointers at that point in Davidson. I mean, he could shoot.
He was a really good shooter still.
He could shoot, but it wasn't on the level that he is now. You know what I mean? So they wasn't. Don't be upset.
Did you see the one? I texted
where he came around.
He went around.
Yeah.
They
top of the key, and he came off a pick.
He was backing up,
and he made it. Yeah.
He was backing
why
up.
you mad at that? Let's
be honest. Let's be honest.
Real quick. Why are you upset?
It's not even an upset. It's more of a. That was so amazing that a human being shouldn't be able to do that. That's basically what it came down to. Like, that was amazing to me.
Right. But
it was amazing.
But it comes out as anger.
But it comes out because he cocky with it. Like, yeah, I did it.
Yeah. I mean, what do you want? What do you want?
I guess if you got it, what are you going to do?
Nothing you could do.
What you going to do?
You know?
I mean, even in college, he still averaged 41% from 3 and 47 from the floor.
Jeez, that's ridiculous.
That's pretty good.
College is further in, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but when you're also at Davidson and after his freshman year, all right, he's the offense.
Yeah, I would say this. You know what? You know what, Jeezy? Hold on 1 second. Let's stop the music for a second.
All right, play it.
Here we go.
Because we had this was prior to the show started. Yes, you know what I'm about to say. Prior to the show started.
Here we go.
Mike sent out an email. M.Easy Cuz sent out an email yesterday about this young man who got dumped by his prom date.
His girlfriend.
His girlfriend.
His girlfriend.
Was it the day before the prom?
It was the day before.
Day before the prom, he gets dumped by his girlfriend.
Sorry, go ahead.
So let's talk about it.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
All right.
Do
So he DMs for all the young people.
Direct message
DMs JuJu Smith-Schuster
on Instagram.
And JuJu went to the prom with him.
Awesome. No, put it in perspective.
It was awesome.
Put it in perspective.
In matching outfits.
He asked JuJu to go to be his date on the prom.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
And then they went together
Yeah.
as a date. And he wore the same outfit.
You're putting a whole lot of emphasis on this word. Date.
What? It was.
I agree.
You're putting a lot of emphasis on date.
He asked him to be his date.
So?
Date doesn't mean that we like together.
He asked him to be on a date.
I could be like, yo, Lenny, let's go on a date to
we go on dates.
No, you can't.
I can say that to him.
But would you? Would you say that to Lenny?
Sometimes we've said
my
that.
best man, I'll say we're having a mandate.
It's a mandate. What's wrong with that?
You know Lenny.
No, you
Lenny
tell me.
says Big Dick Nick.
So you just said it twice now. You said it twice now.
It doesn't mean you're gay.
I didn't say. I'm just saying.
Smith-Schuster to go on a date.
I'm just saying. Why couldn't JuJu just be like, yo, I'll hook you up with some hot chicks to go down there with you?
Why
They underage. You can't do that anyway.
Why do I have to go with you?
Because it's a cool thing.
Yeah.
That kid got brownie points for bringing an NFL player
to his prom. And he'll remember that forever.
It's nothing gay about that.
I think it's a little sweet.
How?
Because
Explain your position.
And he went to a local school.
And Lenny gave a bad example before the show.
What
He
did
goes,
he
Khloe Kardashian went with some dude to his
the
high school
same
prom.
exact
That's the new thing.
But
High
it's
school
a
kids are reaching
chick
out to
and a
celebrities.
It
guy.
has nothing to do with that.
Dude.
I remember my prom, right?
Uh-huh.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
There was a group of guys who I was friends with.
Mm-hmm.
They all went together as a group.
Did they bring their girls with them?
No, they didn't have their girls with. They went as a group, and there was girls who went as a group to the prom. Mm-hmm. So you don't gotta be like with a date, a chick date, or the person of the opposite sex.
Did any of those dudes dress the same?
You go on a prom, you wear black. It's
No.
inevitable.
I don't.
Not now.
Velvet
not
green.
Now. They dress ridiculous.
Velvet green.
Yeah, they show their ankles and they got like weird.
Velvet green together.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know.
If anybody's listening, please call in and tell him
look,
this is ridiculous.
If you want to be gay, that's cool.
06,
I'm just saying.
It's nothing to do with being gay.
I'm
this
just
has
saying.
nothing to do with that.
Listen, all I'm saying is, it's just like if I'm an NFL player and some little boy asks me to go on a date with him to the prom,
you ain't gonna do it,
or to be his date to the prom. I'm be like, nah, man, I'll hook you up.
What if you was trying to look out for the bull? That's all.
What do you want me to do? What, we gonna dance
together?
What we gonna do?
They gonna dance together. He'll show up. He probably gonna.
No, they dance.
They probably talk football, hang out.
No, they didn't.
Hold on. You can go in the dance floor at a club with your boy, hoping you hang out with some girls while you go.
I'm sorry.
You going with a dude?
No way. First of all, me and Dave have been to plenty clubs. Plenty. And there's never been a time.
I ain't talking about the titty club.
No.
Titties.
Just clubs in general. And there's never been a time where me and Dave went to a club and was like, yo, we trying to hit this dance floor, dog?
Every once in a while that happens.
Bullshit.
I mean,
bullshit.
What are you? So you're not looking at it.
So
from
you would
end.
if I said that to you, like say that when we went to Xfinity, we were at that place where the whole
Okay.
dance. So I said, "Yo, Mike, you want to go dance and see what happens?"
No.
Why?
I'm not.
I'm not saying I'm going like this on you, but you're going up there with me.
I'm not going like this on you. No,
You're
I'm
not
not
touching
dancing
tits.
with
You're
you.
going up to the floor
You're
with me to see what happens.
To see what that sounds weird to me, dude.
You're
Like
not-
you're
Not
not
saying what
making,
happens with me.
You're not slapping
You never know.
shafts.
you're not making this argument any better, Lenny. Mike, if I want to dance with you and I say, come on, let's
My
go
thing
dance.
is this: you missing the point.
Okay.
He brings JuJu to the prom.
All right.
Chicks gonna be like, "Oh snap, he know JuJu."
No, they not.
Yes, they is.
They
That's
gonna
how
be
it
like,
works.
JuJu answered his direct message.
That ain't what they. That's not how it works.
I
You know,
guess.
chicks get
I don't know.
starstruck.
I don't. That's right. They probably
Chicks
do.
get starstruck. That's
Which
how
is
it works.
probably ended up cool. All
Yes.
I'm saying is, if I was JuJu, I'd have been like, nah. Like, this is not some Make-A-Wish Foundation or something. You
He
know what I
wanted
mean?
to look out for the bull.
No, I'm not doing that. That's just me.
Lenny, would you do that?
Absolutely.
I'm not going to do it. I'll show up.
And
I'm
then
not
what?
going to come dressed with you the same way, and I'm not
It
going to
was
be
for high school. It's
and
funny
I'm
for him.
not going to be your date.
I have the perfect example. What is the difference, Mike, than these two guys dressing up the same and going to the prom together? Same outfit. They look sharp.
Right.
What's the difference between me and you having the
Did
same
you tell
car?
Dave getting old? He said they look sharp.
Same car. Me and you having this GTO. What's the difference? It's the same thing.
It's not.
It is the same thing.
We're
You was about to buy that same car.
Yeah, I was.
So we could drive around together.
So we can
Is
race
that
each
gay?
other. So we can race each other.
You should have got Mag to say, "I'm his, he's mine."
No, so here I'll put this into perspective for
All
you.
right.
If Isaiah came in here tonight
All right.
and he said, "Dad, my prom is tomorrow. I'm going on it." Richard Jefferson gonna go to the prom. with me.
Richard Jefferson.
just a random NBA player, random NBA name,
That was
Random
like
name.
15 years ago.
Richard Jefferson. He gonna
All
be
right.
my prom date.
All right.
What would you say?
I would say how you know him.
I direct messaged him on Instagram.
I'd be like, that's cool.
You wouldn't find that fucking weird?
Why is that weird?
I'd be like, dude, if you don't get your tall, lanky ass away from my son, dude, I'm sorry. Like, I don't care.
I don't
That's
understand.
You're
weird.
holding
How
on
it
too
got
much about
that
bad
far.
news of that shit.
Nah, man. I don't know.
I don't know
just come
how
off
it got
a little
that
weird.
far.
It come
Where
off as
it
weird.
can't just be the NBA guy looking out. That's a nice thing.
That's-
Because a
I'm-
lot of
nah.
them, their heads are in the
That-
cloud. They
that-
don't look out for normal people.
I get that. But that type of stuff is reserved for, like you said, Make-A-Wish or, okay,
No.
if you got a kid that messaged you in a hospital or something
Wait a minute,
like
wait a
that.
minute. So-
Like,
so
I'm not
he
gonna
can't
sit
do a
there
good
and go
deed?
to a prom with a guy.
He can't do a good deed if he has a free day for a high school kid who's having a bad time.
Why is he having a bad time?
His girl just broke up right before prom.
You get over it. You in high school. You'll have plenty more girls. Plenty more.
but he just made his day.
Yeah,
By showing
made his
that-
day. He
that-
made his. He made his.
You know what could have
decade.
happened? He could have went and shot the school up. You never
Jesus.
know. I'm just saying.
I
In
hope-
today's
well,
society,
in today's society, yes.
you gotta consider that stuff. And he made that guy's day.
All right.
by showing
That's
up.
a good point.
You know what I
That
mean?
that is a good
That's
point.
what he made his decade.
Because kids are soft these days. I will
I
agree with
agree.
that. They
Yeah.
can't handle shit like that
Yeah.
no more. You know what I mean? Like me, I'm like, all right, cool.
Right.
I'm gonna just go hook up with some other John that's at the prom.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not gonna matter. I'm not gonna just be like, yo, AI, you trying to hit up this prom with me, dog?
And on top of that, now that he hung out, and he's probably gonna get some free tickets and shit.
That's cool. I would do that as a
Yeah.
player. I would do that. I'd be
Would
like,
you
yo,
just give the free tickets?
I'd be like, I ain't
Would
gonna
you
go.
show up and give the ticket?
But
I
that's
would
not the
show
same
up.
as doing both.
I'm not gonna dress up as
That
like
shows
him.
that shows not only did I respect you to like help you out and like hey, here's some free tickets. I respect you enough as an actual individual to give you my direct time.
That's cool. But
That's cool.
That's cool. But does it have to be a prom date? No, it doesn't. You could have made his day.
But it
What
made
if
him-
he sent
no,
that
but
It
message?
made him the man.
You
for
could
that.
have made his
He was
day
the man.
in plenty other ways.
It made him the man.
You're in Pittsburgh and you brought JuJu.
Okay.
That's like
It made him the
huge.
man.
You're not
That'd
Ain't
be
no
like- that'd be like you
AB
bring
there
in-
no more. He's
that'd
the
be like
number
you
one
bring in
receiver.
Wentz to
or
work
it
barbecue.
could backfire and everybody just paying JuJu all the attention, and now the kids sitting back like,
I should
fuck,
have
this
never
is
asked
bullshit.
him.
You know what I mean? So you can always throw those scenarios out there like
man.
that. I'm just saying, I would have been like, yo, dog, I'll hook you up, but I ain't coming as your date.
Thank you guys for listening to the show and listening to us rant about a topic that Mike is obviously wrong about. Listen to us on Spotify.
I'm calling Isaiah right now.
SoundCloud, MixLR, and now YouTube. Leave us a message. Give us a call, 302-408-0604. Every Tuesday. We usually start around 7 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays. And listen to our old shows.
Don't forget it's live on MixLR. The other stuff is replays.
Yeah.
Listen to that beat, though.
Don't forget about our sponsor, Win Apparel. Go out and get your gear. shop.spreadshirt.com/win-apparel. Thank you, guys. And we'll see you guys next week.
Deuces.
Hollers.